Now, I thought I knew the road bike market pretty well. I've even managed to keep up to the current crop of Supermotos and can tell my Mastiffs from my CCMs. But this 625cc LC4 took me completely by surprise and has crept into the Supermoto market straight from the off-road competition department at KTM. If you thought KTM 640 Duke was a pretty radical bike, the LC4 may surprise you too. Developed straight from the Paris-Dakar factory enduro bikes, the LC4 range includes several variants, some of which even come with pillion footrests in a pretense at accommodating a passenger. But make no mistake, the LC4 is a pure off-roader and much more at home on a track. Buying one for serious road use will instantly brand you as a nutter, and quite deservedly so. The 625cc water-cooled single is designed for hard work and kicks out a claimed 49.3 brake horsepower at 7,250 RPM. In fact, it's suspiciously similar looking to the power unit in the 640 Duke, and the LC4 gives you the option of an electric starter. Very handy if you're stranded with a stalled engine in 4 feet of mud, or if the weird left-hand kickstarter simply proves too much to bear. Big fat tyres on 17-inch wire-spoked wheels keep you in touch with the ground, albeit not necessarily all the time. That huge twin-pot single disc brake says "stop it" all over it, and underlines the LC4's role as a hooligan bike par excellence. While the 640 Duke is the bike most people would recognise as KTM's high-profile Supermoto, the LC4 actually predates it and started life as a 400 back in the early 90s before growing in stages to its current size of 625cc. In fact, the LC4 is almost £1,000 cheaper than the Duke, coming as it does with the cheaper wire-spoke wheel option and a little less radical styling. If you're thinking of dipping a toe into the Supermoto market, one of these could be the smart buy. KTM have been in the off-road game for quite some time and know how to make a bike take some punishment. The LC4 may only weigh 139 kilograms, but it's surprisingly sturdy and will take the hard knocks most owners will dole out. If you're thinking of venturing into Supermotos, or are looking for a serious alternative to satisfy the weekend hooligan in you, give this a try. Nice as the LC4 is, I have to say that this is not really my kind of bike. My own version of weekend hooliganism usually involves drinking too much in a muddy field rather than pulling wheelies up the high street. But if you are bristling with excess testosterone and have a hankering to drift sideways around bends on the way to the shops, take a look at this bike, you might just like it. And now to the scores on the doors. For its size, the KTM has performance aplenty, and the bike's lightweight makes for a thrilling, adrenaline-pumping ride. The handling takes a bit of getting used to if you've only ridden road bikes, but once you get the feel of it, the bike is responsive enough to let you explore the edge of the envelope, if you have the bottle. Wheelies and stoppies galore for the brave. 7 for performance. Comfort-wise, forget it. This is not a bike to sit on and cruise. In fact, it's barely a bike to sit on at all. The seat is there to give you somewhere to pause on the rare occasions you have both wheels on the ground, and affords the comfort of a plank edge. 1 out of 10 for comfort, but if that puts you off, you're missing the point. So is it reliable? Well, it does look well built and it should be durable enough, but I have a horrible suspicion that crash damage may get to these bikes before entropy has had a chance. I'll guess at 7 out of 10 for reliability, if the bike survives long enough. And street cred? Those in the know will spot this bike as a serious contender rather than just another trailie. But it lacks the aggressive street style of the same factory's 640 Duke, and has an entry-level feel about it that mutes the effect. On the other hand, it's an obvious nutter tool, so on balance I'll give it 5 out of 10 for street cred.